Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Together We Grow podcast. This is episode 39, and my name's Paul.
And I'm Tamer.
And in this episode, we're going to talk through how to keep sales coming back during the quiet months. And I feel this is a good time at the moment because as the time we're recording this now, we're heading towards November. We've got Black Friday, Christmas. It's going to be a busy time of year for people, but then it does drift off to January. So I feel like this could be really useful for some people.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect time, like you say, because a lot of people do struggle and sort of almost panic come January. So hopefully this episode gives people some pointers on what to do instead of panicking.
Let's dive into it. So, of course, we've been through this. We've been through the quiet months, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
January, then you've got the summer months, all that kind of stuff, which are quieter because January, people have just spent out over Christmas and they're thinking about their goals for the year and all of this kind of stuff.
Starting their New Year's resolutions.
Exactly. And then in the summer, it's people on holiday, and the perception is it's too hot to have this kind of stuff running. Home fragrance products on in the background. But of course, we know that's not true.
Yeah, I think it's almost everybody or a lot of people I speak to assume, oh, it's the summer, for instance. So if we're talking about the summer, people go, oh, yeah, but summer, we don't have that many sales in the summer. It's the same everywhere. But actually, there are things you can do to increase sales or to encourage people to continue to buy throughout those sorts of months, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's only not that good if you allow it to not be that good. And we've been there. And January was exceptionally bad at times for us until we really decided to make it not bad. We decided that we didn't want to keep having bad Januaries, so we did something about it. And that's kind of what we want to talk about here, actually, is after Christmas, once you got that out the way, is like how to have a really good January and kick the year off as you mean to go on.
Because that feels amazing if you start off the year, January, with like a really good month. And if you improve it on the last year, it kind of gives you that boost and that kick almost, doesn't it?
Yes.
Keep going and keep hitting that ground running.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. So that's what we want to talk about is the different things you can do during January or during any downturn in sales. But I think I just want to circle back on that point, actually. It's not quiet because nobody's buying. It's quiet because nobody are buying from you. So people are buying, people do have money, and we prove that actually when you do have the campaigns and you do really go hard on getting sales and you have to work hard, you have to do things differently to what you're used to doing, then sales can come there. January used to actually be a really successful month for us at the end.
It did in the end, didn't it? Yeah, so we changed how we did things, we thought about things in a different way, and we implemented some of these things that we're going to talk about now.
Exactly. January 2024, so the last January before we left, I remember it quite well. £135,000 we did that month, and that's for us at Cozy Aromas. Bear in mind we had Craft HQ and Wax Kind, but we're talking about Cozy Aromas in this particular podcast. That was a fine month. It was okay. It was sort of, our best months would be obviously Q4 when we had our big summer events, things like that. But 135,000 in January was profitable, and that's kind of where you want to be. Instead of a disastrous month, it was acceptable. It was good. It was a good month. And yeah, so we'll just talk about what we did. So the first thing you really want to focus on in these months is retention and getting orders from your existing customers. We found that actually getting new customers in the month, you will get new customers. We did, but we found that it would be a little bit more expensive and a little harder because they are, in their minds, they've spent out. They're not really looking to buy from anywhere new yet. Don't get me wrong, you do, like I said, you do pick up customers. Of course you do. If you're marketing every day, you'll pick up new customers. But going on a new customer hunt is quite difficult that month compared to others. So focus on retention and reorders. So what did we do? We'd double down on our email campaigns.
that's something that's really important for nurturing your existing audience, because you've already got your audience in your email flows. So you can use that time to sort of enhance your flows a bit more, and the emails that you're sending them and the types of things that you're talking to them about to
Yeah.
improve them, make them better, and look at all of your stats, your deliverability rates, your open rate, your click-through rates, see what types of emails are working and double down on them.
Yeah, exactly that. And actually, we found that even the most simple emails worked really well that month. Emails that you might not normally send people, these ones actually worked when you do send them. Things like back in stock emails. We would very rarely send that. If something was out of stock for a little while and then it came back in stock, we'd put a note we'd put a post in our Facebook group. But we actually sent emails out, and
That was very rare for us, very, very rare for us to do that, wasn't it?
for that kind of thing, yeah. And as well as that, bestseller emails.
Mm-hmm.
And if you use something like Clevio for sending emails, which hooks in with Shopify, then actually sending bestseller emails will take you 30 seconds to put together. It's one element that automatically picks the best-selling products from your shop, and it's those kind of things, because your existing customers, they know you exist, they love your products, they've got a house full of them, but sometimes they just need to be reminded to come and buy something.
Yeah.
Reminded that you're there. Oh, that product I really like that hasn't been in stock for a couple of months is actually back in stock now. I'm going to come and purchase that. And in January, we've just got over Christmas, where the fragrances are quite heavy, aren't they?
Yeah, typically you got things like the gingerbread and Christmas spice, so they're strong, they're heavy. There's quite a lot of foodie scents in there as well.
Yeah. So restock some clean and fresh fragrances. Restock things that are lighter, that are citrusy, that sort of you got. It's all about like psychology of people, isn't it? It's human psychology. January is typically described as like a depressing month, isn't it? Because it's gloomy just after Christmas and the festivities.
January blues.
So put something together that's citrusy, that gets people looking forward to their summer holidays. Stuff like that. Things that people are really going to want to like buy because it like will lift their mood, and shape your messaging in your email campaigns and social media posts around that.
Yeah.
Lifting their mood and things. Because that's what you want to do. You want to be focusing on your existing customers, people that have bought from you before, getting them to come back. Double down on your emails, double down on all of that kind of stuff, that communication, and don't just send the same stuff you would normally send, because it won't work as well. Okay, you have to be smart here. You have to really think about the different ways in which you can entice people to come back. Think about your own feelings and mood that month. Are you feeling a bit gloomy and you've got a holiday to Mallorca booked in May, you're looking forward to that. So a couple of really nice citrusy type fragrances, fresh air, sea breeze type fragrances would actually get you in the mood to look forward to it. Yeah.
Sort of boost your mood and your whole morale as well, doesn't
Exactly.
it?
Your customers will be in the same boat. So really play on that. We did.
Yeah.
And it works.
And the clean and fresh fragrances are a good idea, because especially having had all of the heavy foodie fragrances, we found a lot of our customers and our sales when people were ordering after Christmas were the clean and fresh scents. So like the duvet days, the baby powders, things like that. And because they wanted to reset almost, didn't they? They wanted to reset their house, start fresh. And after deep clean, putting away the Christmas decorations, they wanted nice fresh fragrances.
Exactly. So that leads me on to the next point, which is create reasons for people to buy. Exactly what you've just said there, we realized, didn't we, that people after Christmas, they really wanted the fresh stuff. They wanted to clear the house out of all Christmas. That's done with now. Fresh, New Year, all of that kind of stuff.
Essentially like a reset, isn't it?
Yeah. So we developed a product called the Christmas Hangover Kit.
We were actually really impressed with this kit, weren't we? We loved it.
We loved it. Christmas Hangover Kit. I mean, there's a cool name. And we sold this between Christmas and New Year. There's always a little lull there.
Yeah, when you're not sure what day it is.
Yeah, so we'd have our Boxing Day clearance sale where we're clearing out all like limited edition seasonal stock from wherever we've got from throughout the year. We get rid of that. A few days later, we would launch our Christmas Hangover Kit. We wouldn't have many of them. We'd have, for us, 200, something like that. Okay, and normally when we launch stuff, it'll be like 500, 600, 700. So a couple of hundred is not a huge amount for what we were doing. Yeah. You can kind of work out your numbers there. And this was such a simple product, wasn't it? I don't even think it was anything new, really. It was just something bundled. What was it?
We did do a couple of new things. So I got some samples of some fresh oils, and I did 4 20-gram wax melts in different fresh fragrances. We had a carpet freshener and a room spray from our collection as well. And so the idea was 4 new wax melts we did, but we only had to get a small amount of oil for that because we did a small number of them, and we only did them in the sample sizes, which were 20 grams. And then they made sure they were fresh fragrances. We had a carpet freshener and a room spray as well. So they had the whole collection. They could hoover their floor, they could spray their curtains, and they could put a brand new wax melt on.
And we bundled that together for £25?
About that, yeah.
20,
it would have been about
£25?
that.
Something like that. And that's what it was. It was just one box of these products.
Mhm.
So you think about this. Before the team and everyone broke up for Christmas, we'd put together these 200 boxes. So they're on the shelves. So then when people place these orders, and I mean, we put these in actual like postal boxes ready to go. So then when people ordered these, all we had to do was print out the label, stick them on the front, job done.
Yep.
So it was nice and easy, because when you get back after Christmas, you're away for a week or so. We had the Boxing Day sales, we had these, all this kind of stuff. You have to. It's like thinking about the logistical side of stuff. So you don't want to give yourself too much work. So that's why we boxed them all up before we left off, basically.
Prepare that as early as you possibly can. Make sure it's ready, but make it easy for when you get back. So make sure everything is on the shelves, everything's skewed up, everything's ready to go, so that you can get your orders out as quick as possible. Because your customers have placed their Boxing Day orders, for instance, and they want them dispatched as quickly as possible, of course, because they want to get them. So as soon as you get in, you can just hit the ground running straight away and send everything out.
Yeah, that's it. And that worked really well for us. So that's it. That's one example of giving people a reason to buy from you. And you do the same thing as we do for all of our launches, where you do a little bit of hype, then you really hit on FOMO. So you let them know you've only got a couple hundred left. Once they're gone, they're definitely not being restocked. This is it, basically. Come and get them, and you give them the reason to buy. But there's other things you can do throughout the month as well. So you can do mini launches and limited edition collections and limited edition launches. And we were a big fan of this, weren't we? We did this a lot. There was one point, I think it was 2022, we did one, we were launching something every week.
Yeah, we were.
Whether that was relaunching something we already had, restocking stuff, or launching something new every single week. Got a bit much. But then we sort of really trimmed that back to like every 3-4 weeks. But just something limited edition. And
it's a good time to do a live shop as well, and to really connect with your customers.
Yeah, so we'll come on to that in a minute. But the limited edition stuff, just so people know what that actually is just get yourself a fragrance. For us, we our main focus was wax melts.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were going to do something limited edition in January, we knew clean and fresh was a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Hinch was launching loads of fragrances all the time. So we would find one of the Mrs. Hinch fragrances that we didn't stock, and we would make a few hundred of them, and then we would do a limited edition label for it, so people knew that it wasn't part of our permanent collection. It looked different.
Stood out.
We'd launch it on a Saturday, but the whole week before that, we're hyping it up. We're sort of teasing people. So on social media, we'd have little clips of like, oh, something new is coming. What can it be? Have a guess. Then we'd drop some scent notes. Can you guess what it is? Yeah. Then we'd show it all being packed up, reveal what the fragrance is. On that Saturday, send the emails, send social posts, post in the Facebook group to let everyone know it's available. Again, FOMO. So this is limited edition. It's not coming back. Once it goes out of stock, that's it. A couple of days later, this is selling fast. A couple of days after that, there's only a few left, that kind of thing. So you build it into like a 10-day campaign. That kind of thing absolutely flies out.
It does, especially sharing the behind the scenes of it, because people really get invested in it, don't they? Your regular customers are really interested in what is coming, and they're really looking and trying to work out from the scent notes and guessing.
Yeah.
And it's quite fun, isn't it? Interactive.
Yeah, it is. And here's the thing though. Even if it's just one wax melt, so for us it's $5.99. People wouldn't just buy one wax melt. They'd either buy a few of them because they already know they love Mrs. Hinch's stuff, so they're going to buy it, and they trust your products anyway.
Yeah.
So they're happy to. They just want to buy one and think, oh, I don't know if it's what it's going to be like. They trust you already, so they'll buy a few of them, especially your top customers. But also, whilst they're there, they'll top up a few other things to try and get a free shipping. You know.
Yeah.
that's what people do.
And if you've obviously got your, like we used to do with Cozy, we used to have our bundle option. So we had buy 8 for the price of 6.
Yeah,
People are going to do that.
exactly. Yeah. So that's a really smart way of doing stuff. And yeah, live shops. So you wanted to talk about live shops for a bit.
Yeah, that's a good time to host a live shop and to kind of really reconnect with your audience as well, to bring them the limited edition product, which you can do via your live shop. But you could do something slightly different with your live shop. Instead of having like loads of products and have a game, you could almost do it as like a quiz or a question time or something like that. So maybe try something a little bit different for a change.
So every time we did a live shop, which we were big fans of, we did them once a month. It would always be themed up somehow.
Yeah.
Something would happen because it's got to be a bit more entertaining for people, really. If you haven't done a live shop yet, your first one can just be you talking to the camera. It really can. And when we talk to people about this, I know they have a lot of fears about being on camera and all this. But I promise you, when you do it, you'll get comments and questions coming in all the time. So you've always got something to talk about. You're always responding to people. If the comment section goes quiet, you've got orders to pack. So you can then reveal what someone has ordered and you're talking to the camera that way. There's always something. And that time does go quick.
It does go really quick. Yeah, like you say, having something to physically do at the time keeps people interested, but also keeps you moving as well.
Yeah, so that's it. I mean, have different games going on. We did like a spin the wheel. We did themed nights for like children in need,
Yeah.
comic relief, all sorts of stuff. Just different games and different things. If you just Googled like games you could do on live videos, you'll get loads of ideas. It's all good fun.
It is fun, yeah.
The live shops were fantastic. That's a great injection of cash, which is important. But also, it's like you said a little while ago. It's that connecting with the customers.
Yeah.
Have a conversation. How was your Christmas time? How did you get? Did you have a lovely Christmas break? Blah blah blah. And you're talking directly to your customers. There's not these. It's unreal, isn't it? When you think about it, you've got the platform these days. You've got customers all over the UK, but you can stand in front of your phone and just talk to them in person, and they will give you money there and then. It's like having a market event, but to your whole customer base that love you anyway, that are going to buy from you, but in one place. And all of your customers, all of your top customers from all over the country have come to your market event, your market stall, for that one day with money in their pocket to come and buy from you. And you're having a lovely chat with them. You're getting to meet them virtually as such. I mean,
that's a really good way of putting it, actually.
So you really should give it a go. Plan one in, give it a go. We've got lots of training on that. We've got a video about that as well to really talk about it. But live shop that's the one. That is how things are really going now, is live shopping. Because social media is changing quite significantly. Follow accounts don't really matter anymore. It's more about engagement, interaction, and interest as well. So when you're posting on socials and things, depending on what you're posting about, it's got a far better chance now than what it did a few years ago to reach such a new audience compared to just your followers. Something to think about. Anyway, that's for another episode, that one.
Don't want to go down
and the other
rabbit
thing you
hole.
can do to give people a reason to buy is if you go through your Shopify, look at your stats, look at your shelves. If you've got products that are slow sellers, bundle them up into a set of some description and sell that at a bundled price, a discounted price. Push that as, I don't know what you want to call it. I can't even think of anything at the moment, but bundle that together and flog those to people. People will buy them because it's a deal. It's a perceived value deal.
And it's a good way to get these fragrances into the hands of your customers, because they could be some really lovely scents, but they just don't remember them, or they haven't tried them before and the name doesn't spark interest for them, something like that. So you get them in their hands and they think, hang on, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I really love this. I'm now going to stock up on another 8 of them to get the deal.
Exactly.
That sort of thing. Because when you smell them, you think, wow.
Yep, that's right. Okay, so the next point then is focus on engagement with your audience. So you've got a Facebook group, double down on it. You live in that Facebook group this month in January. Okay, you're talking to everyone. People that you have go through your old comments, your old posts, and where people have left comments on there, and reactivate those old posts. If someone asked you, if you spoke to someone about a particular fragrance 4 weeks ago, reply to them again and say, how are you getting on with this fragrance?
Yeah.
If someone posted a picture of their order they received in November, reply to them, go back to that post, reply to them and ask them what do they think of that particular fragrance in that order. Spark these conversations. That's a really good thing to do. Go back through old posts and re-engage people. It's important. You've got to keep this engagement up.
It is important. And another thing that we've done before in the past, in January, was we'd work out our plan for what we wanted to do for the next few weeks or the next few months. And if we were going to release some like new scents and tell people about them, we'd sit down, go live in the group and just chat through some things that we had upcoming as well, didn't we?
Yeah. Chat through what you're planning on to do. Put polls in there. So if you've planned out, I mean, this is such a good thing. You have to do it. You have to plan things in advance in this type of industry. You're planning out your spring collection and you've got and you want some feedback. Your customers are the people that will give you the feedback. They're going to be the ones buying them. So put polls in the group, ask them what type of fragrances they want. Put some scent descriptions in there. Don't just leave the scent name, but put scent descriptions in there and say, which of these do you like the sound of?
Yeah.
Get conversations going that way. Share a lot of behind the scenes content and go to town on your social media posts on your like Facebook and Instagram profiles. Double the amount you're outputting. It's a quiet month, remember? We're trying to make it so it's not a quiet month. Build that engagement. Put more you can never put too much content out there on social media. You really can't, okay? Because the way, like I said a while ago, the way algorithms work these days, the only people that are going to view your content are going to be the people that want to view your content from your follower list. Okay, people that hover on your posts, people that read more, people that engage with it, they want to see it. So they will happily see an extra post in their feed every day.
Yeah.
But the more you post, the more little engagements they get, the further reach they'll get, the more chance you got picking up other new potential customers.
That's important to do that.
So yeah, focus on engagement.
Yeah, stay relevant and keep reminding people that you're there.
I always felt that we were good at engagement, and I feel like we're good at engagement now with Home Fragrance Academy as well. So it's important. It works, and it builds that audience. It builds that trust. It's what it's all about. Look, we talk to people about this all the time. Then they don't do it.
No, the engagement side of things takes time. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort. But once it starts happening and people are engaging back, it's like a buzz. And it's, oh, brilliant, this person's replied. So you're going to keep the conversation going. You got, oh, over here, somebody else has replied in this as well. Yeah. And it is exciting because you can see it working. But as soon as you stop, that all stops, doesn't it? You need to keep going with it.
Yeah, that's it. And the final point then for you to do during these quieter times is to strengthen your systems behind the scenes. So what I would do is I'd look at the processes we follow logistically. So how we're packing orders, what boxes we're using, all of that kind of stuff, basically.
Are things cost effective? Are they working quick enough? That sort of thing.
Yeah. So to really like look at all of that kind of stuff. But then also have a look at like your ads. If you've got ads running, really refine those. Put new creatives out, test new angles, test new audiences, that kind of thing. Your email campaigns, your email flows, your automations that you should be having running. Look at the data of those. If there's any email within that particular flow that the click-through rate isn't so good or the open rate isn't so great, test new hooks, test new subject lines, test new call to actions, things like that. And then your website as well. Have a good look through that. You don't want to be making, if your website's working and getting sales, especially if it's Shopify, go to the Shopify admin area under analytics, look at your engagement rate. If that's anything over 3%, don't do too much to your this is a conversion rate. Yeah, the conversion rate in Shopify, if it's over 3%, don't do too much to it because it's working well. But do things like your hero banner on the homepage, maybe update that to a new collection, update that regularly. Little things like that. Look at your photography. Is there any photography that could be improved? That kind of thing. Just strengthen the systems behind the scenes to give you a good start to the year to make sure you have a fantastic year. And all of those things we just spoken about are the things that we did at the beginning part of the year to ensure that January was actually decent and it put us in good stead for the remainder of the year. Because after we'd done this, firstly, we've had a good sales month in January on top of a fantastic Q4, which meant that, cash flow was moving, profitability was there. We could reinvest into ads and new products. We had given people reasons to buy. and got them all excited about that, and obviously made the sales. We'd also focused a lot on engagement. So our audience was nice and warm on social media, which means that when you do run adverts on Meta, on Facebook and Instagram, and you're running retargeting ads where you're targeting people that have engaged with you on socials, that is a nice warm audience of people because you've got lots of content out there. Lots of people have seen your content, they've engaged with it. So therefore, they're more likely to buy in February. And then systems behind the scenes are all nice and strong.
It's basically like laying the foundations, isn't it, for your future launches as well for the next couple of months.
Yeah.
It's getting that audience warm, getting them engaged, and as well as getting your sales in, it's just improving those processes ready for the next few months.
Yeah. So what I'm basically saying here is don't write off January.
No.
Because don't just think, oh, January sales are always slow in January, so that's going to be your mentality. No, change your mentality. Change like, yes, okay, sales are typically slow in January, but I don't want to have slow sales in January, so I'm going to do something about it. And these are the things that we did about it because we had that attitude. We're like, why on earth should we just wander through January with all of these expenses and not make a profit or make minimal money or like struggle by, have to use our profits from Q4 to pay for it.
That's the thing, your bills are still going to be the same. You've still got your rent on your place. You've still got all your utilities to pay. They're not going to go down. Of course, your sales will go down if you don't do something about it.
So we knuckled down, and that's what we did, and that's what worked. Because this type of business, you have peaks and troughs. Peaks in Q4, peaks around your collection, such as your autumn, your summer collection, your spring collections. Then you'll have troughs. Troughs in January, troughs in summer, troughs in December, towards the end of December as well. Your goal is to try and even that line out. So it's all quite even. You have your peaks, but then you want nice high peaks, but you don't want very deep troughs.
No.
That's what we're trying to do here. You like that one, didn't you?
I did like that one.
Yeah. That's what we're trying to do here. So there you go. That's how to keep sales coming in during the quiet months.
So there's lots of advice there. Hopefully you found it useful and you found some things that you can implement yourselves for this coming January.
Absolutely. Right. Like, subscribe, comment, do all of that good stuff for us, please.
Don't forget to let us know if you've got any ideas for future episodes that you would love us to cover.
And we will speak to you in the next week's episode.
See you soon, guys.